So I watched this his training routine today. Jesus Christ, man. Like, no wonder he's in insane shape. He's so good. I mean, you think about what that guy has done. That's crazy.
No, it's incredible.
Those are two of the best, like, of this era. I think he's one of the best of all time.
Okay, stop whatever you are doing right now, because what I am about to tell you about Gervonta Tank Davis will completely change how you see this man, this sport, and honestly, the entire chess game happening behind closed doors in professional boxing. And before we even get into the insane training footage that has the internet losing its mind,
5 hours a day, 5 hours of just laps in the pool. He starts his day at 4:30 in the morning. So 4:30 in the morning, he gets up, eats breakfast, and has his first training at 5. At 5, it's all conditioning. It's all like running, rowing, biking, takes a break, eats again, takes a little nap, back in the gym again, like 2 hours, and then he's sparring, boxing, doing all that workout, then eats, takes a break, relaxes a little bit. Evening session is boxing. An evening session, he's sparring, he's hitting mitts, he's hitting the bag, gets up in the morning, he does it all over again.
Davis has returned to training after a short layoff, working hard
You need to understand that Joe Rogan allegedly saw something in that gym video that made him go completely silent for 3 seconds on his podcast. 3 seconds. Which, if you know Rogan means whatever he witnessed broke something in his brain.
Oh, good rim, good rim. I like the way y'all jump right back in it. That's right, make them jokers move, make them jokers move. Oh, I love what I hear. Y'all making them sing.
I watch him when he get in that ring. He ain't the same.
I'm not a kid anymore. I'm taking my priorities serious. These things matter.
He's not a little tank anymore. I'm watching a grown man.
And sources close to the situation are saying that what Rogan reacted to wasn't just a fighter training, it was allegedly a man who has completely transformed. And we are talking 4:30 a.m. wake-up calls, swimming laps for what coaches are reportedly describing as hours, multiple conditioning sessions before most fighters have even had breakfast, sparring rounds that insiders say look different. Sharper, meaner, more intentional.
Steady, he's focused. He's stay in the gym. He's a gym rat. He loves boxing to the core. Like, yeah, that's a dangerous man right now, because he got something on his mind that, you know, he wanna accomplish.
And he's still very young.
Yeah,
very young, and still getting better with every fight. Him versus Tank would be insane.
Yeah,
Tank is one of the most interesting fighters to watch because he's so different. His style is so different. You know, he's so economical. Like, he puts pressure on guys without throwing too many punches, and then starts to figure holes out, and the way he can explode and move in with one shot, my God.
Yeah, he very explosive. He's very explosive, and, you know, man, he be cracking them dudes. Hey, he be putting them to sleep.
Just cracking people.
Yeah.
And he has so much confidence in his power.
Yeah,
so much
definitely.
confidence in his power that he doesn't give he's giving away a couple.
Yeah, he definitely be giving away.
And this is where it gets interesting, because Tank Davis, returning from a layoff, looking this lean, this aggressive, and this focused, has sent a very specific kind of panic through a very specific locker room. And I think you already know whose locker room we are talking about, but hold that thought, because first you need to hear what Rogan actually said, allegedly calling Davis one of the best fighters of this entire era and dropping the phrase all-time great.
You know, time and time again, one slip, one mistake, and it's over.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, hats off to Tank. You know, he's a great, talented fighter. But again, he haven't faced the top elite fighters in his division.
Right.
You know, so we want to see Tank against, you know, somebody his size, you know, at the elite level.
Yeah.
And I believe he'll do good because, you know, he got the skills, the power, he got the ring IQ to do good, but we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, he's also wild. He's a wild fella, so he's fun to watch. You know, he's just a crazy dude. You know?
Yeah, coming from Baltimore, man, I think that's just his upbringing as well. You know, product of his own environment.
Yes, for sure. He's just so unique in his approach. Like, you know, he doesn't fight like anybody.
Like it was nothing, like it was just a casual Tuesday observation. And fans online are now saying this wasn't just praise, this was reportedly a warning shot fired in the direction of one Shakur Stevenson. And the framing around this whole situation is starting to feel less like a boxing conversation and more like the opening scene of a documentary where you already know something massive is about to go wrong for somebody. Breaking.
We gotta get more professional. I see Floyd, he's doing the same thing you was doing when you was young. And then when I look at him now, it's like Tank's focus has been unreal.
When I was coming up, Calvin he was that father figure. He'll let you make your own mistakes first so you can learn from them. Getting in trouble is just like, you outgrow it. You know what I mean? You don't want to always be in trouble or be in trouble at all. You know what I mean? So I think I'm more...
Online chatter is now suggesting that the Davis camp did not accidentally release that training footage, that allegedly every second of that video was a calculated psychological operation aimed directly at Stevenson's preparation. And if that is true, then Tank Davis has just leveled up from boxer to chess grandmaster without anyone seeing it coming. And Oscar De La Hoya, yes, that Oscar De La Hoya allegedly called Davis a beast.
That Tank is gonna go in there and just knock out Shakur. It's gonna
That's
be,
not gonna happen.
But it didn't take. It shouldn't have taken this fight.
I knew he couldn't
for
knock
people to
him.
realize.
Yeah.
Right.
I knew that too. But yeah, Shakur is a defensive specialist.
And I've been
It's
saying
like-
this for a long time. If you pay attention to how Tank would react whenever Shakur's name came up, I was like, yo, it's something that Tank knows that most people don't know or understand. There's something that he sees in Shakur. It could be the fact that Shakur was a 2016 silver medalist. You know,
He might got a lot to do with it.
He's that, you know, the silver child of the country, and you know, there's no telling. But this is what I've always known. It ain't just a big straight left or a big right hook coming from Tank that's going to end that night. That night is going to be the most strategical you've seen both these guys ever be in a fight. I don't know if we're going to ever get it.
I think we will.
You think we will, huh?
For sure. Who else is there for if Tank trying to prove he's still the man? Who else?
Coming from a man who has seen every level of this sport for decades is not a throwaway comment. De La Hoya was reportedly praising Davis's sneaky combinations and what insiders are dramatically calling his killer instinct. And now Sean Porter has entered the conversation with what might be the most important warning anyone has issued so far. Because Porter is allegedly saying that Tank cannot simply walk into a Shakur Stevenson fight and expect one punch to solve everything, that Stevenson's defense...
Fighter. You know, Shakur is different. You know, people may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they say the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Yeah.
Tank is not going to be able to hit Shakur like he hit everybody else. And he know that. He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring. He's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done so it's not marketable. But he can't do that because Shakur is what, a 3-weight world champion?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
WBC right now.
Like how many actual real titles have Shakur? I mean, Tank had like what, 2?
Yeah, I think 2. He got
real,
the WBA right
real
now,
titles.
the real one.
You know, and Pedraza, he drained Pedraza. And,
Oh, that's what Keystone said. But I feel like if you're the A side, you get the you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, but like let's do it on a even playing field. Like give that.
His ring IQ, his ability to control distance, and neutralize explosive power over 12 full rounds makes him a fundamentally different kind of problem. And this is the part fans keep glossing over. Stevenson is reportedly not impressed, not scared, and not playing games. Allegedly going on record to say he genuinely wants this fight.
Defense was incredible.
Yeah, defense, and he stayed. And that guy was putting the guy from Golden Boy. I can't remember his name, who he fought, but was just a good fighter and was really pressuring him. And Shakur stayed in the pocket.
Yeah,
he stayed in the pocket.
He also said he's not
calling him a runner before.
Anymore.
He's not a runner. Yeah,
but he said after that fight, I'm not going to fight that way anymore. He said I took too many shots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he wanted to like put on a show and show everybody he's not just a runner. He could stand in the pocket. Then he's like, why am I doing this? I'll box the shit out of these motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, he's a silver medalist, that guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's elite. He's elite.
Yeah.
And just one of the best, like, as far as skill.
What do you think of Crawford Canelo?
That his tactical discipline would dismantle Davis's aggression systematically round by round like a surgeon who happens to also be able to run at full speed for 45 minutes without breathing hard. And then Keyshawn Davis, Stevenson's ally, allegedly drops the most audacious claim of this entire situation by suggesting that many fans already view Stevenson as essentially unbeatable at his best.
Gervonta Davis is, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle. You can never count him out. You know, watching him fight up close and personal, he's sneaky good, which means he can catch you at any time. He can land combinations sometimes at will without you even knowing it. You know, he's that sneaky. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But, you know, obviously Gervonta Davis has the experience. He has the knowledge. He has that mean streak in him that will take you out.
Which, if true, raises a question nobody in boxing media seems willing to ask out loud, which is whether Tank Davis walking into this fight as the knockout artist, crowd favorite, is actually the underdog story in disguise. A breaking news update. Rogan has allegedly just compared the criticism surrounding Stevenson's style to the criticism once aimed at Floyd Mayweather Jr. for being too boring.
I did get a message to Tank for him to like make sure he understood, like when you get past this legal situation, he's feel me on this. Tell me if y'all feel me on this. He's gonna be just like Mike Tyson was when Mike came out of jail. Everybody
gonna be waiting for him.
Mike was the meanest thing before he went away.
Yeah.
Tank. And when he came out, everybody wanted to see what version he was now and who he was now and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. To me, it's the same thing with Tank. He's gonna have an opportunity to really just go right back to being what he was before he went away. It ain't too many people in this world that can do that.
Nah, it ain't. It ain't. And Tank is definitely, and that I'm gonna tell you why. It's because they love him like they love Mike. It's what they did when he got in the ring. Like Tank knocks niggas out. Tank gonna always get paid anytime he feel like fighting because he got that knock.
And if you think that comparison is casual, you are not paying attention. Because what Rogan is allegedly doing is pre-writing the historical revisionism. He is reportedly setting up the narrative so that years from now, people will say they saw Stevenson's greatness coming and chose not to believe it. And Rogan calling Stevenson elite and capable of controlling dangerous opponents with pure intelligence is not commentary.
Call me out when they have a fight. You don't never see them call me out when they don't have no fight. Never. Like when they just sitting around saying, they don't never call me out. They always call me out when they got a fight lined up.
All right, that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? Now go look back at it. Like, you'll see, like, yeah, they faking.
Is it any, like, do you have I know you talked before about, like, these 5-7 fights that you want before you go out. Is that still that? Do you have a list of people that you want to get out the way before you get out of here?
Not really.
No?
Not really. I mean, if the opportunity presents itself, then yeah, for sure, I'll attack it, but not really. Not really. I'm so, like, trying to get out the soul.
Fans are saying it is reportedly a prophecy, but here is the twist nobody saw coming. Terrence Crawford, one of the most technically gifted fighters of his generation, has allegedly walked into this conversation and said something that completely reframes everything. Crawford reportedly acknowledging Davis's talent while simultaneously suggesting that Davis still needs to consistently face elite opposition to fully prove of himself. Which means even inside the sport's inner circle, there is allegedly a quiet, ongoing debate about whether Tank Davis is already a legend or still just the most exciting prospect who hasn't fully cashed in yet. And this is where the Sean Porter comparison lands like a grenade.
This fight happened. What is the step now that you make, like in terms of trying to get this done?
I think the main step is one of us gotta find a way to reach out and try to get the fight to happen. It can't be no little kid shit. It can't be no back and forth, go back and forth. We gotta be grown men and get the fight done. Like, that's how I feel. I would love to talk to him and have a real conversation and make this fight happen. But you know, some guys be kind of egotistic, so I don't know where his ego is at.
When's the last time you spoke to him privately?
I mean, bro, just like he crazy. Like he'll DM me some crazy shit. And then,
like what?
I don't even want to say it.
Like smack talk?
Yeah, he talk crazy. Me and him got like DMs of just going back and forth all the time. Yeah.
Recently?
Not too long ago.
Wow.
Not too long ago, yeah.
But before this fight?
Yeah, before this.
Because Porter allegedly brought up Mike Tyson returning from prison and said, adversity can make a fighter more dangerous and more marketable, which in one sentence connects Tank Davis's personal journey to the most mythologized comeback story in the history of combat sports. And whether you think that comparison is fair or completely over the top, the internet has already decided it is the most interesting narrative in boxing right now. Davis himself has reportedly fired back at the call-out culture surrounding this fight, allegedly claiming that many fighters only mention his name for publicity when they already have completely unrelated fights lined up.
People say that Shakur Stevenson then is the next big thing in the sport.
For one, I really think the fans don't really see nobody beating Shakur. When people bring up him and Tank, when I see and I go read like little stuff about it, they really be debating. It don't be like, oh, Tank is gonna destroy this guy and everybody is saying it. No, that shit be like real debates. Like, no, this Shakur, this, that. And then not only that, now you see Shakur moving up in weight. He's filling out. He's dropping this dude. He went crazy that last fight. That last fight was like kind of crazy. You go back and watch. That was crazy, you know. So now I think people is getting another insight on Shakur. Like, nah, this kid, he been kicking ass for a long ass time now. This kid probably really is the real deal. You feel what I'm saying? He getting his just due. At this point, I really think it's just about giving him that one example. That one real name, that one person that can go 100 miles per hour with him from round 1 to round 12. A new generation.
Which, if you think about it, is either a man defending himself or a man trying to control who gets credit for making this mega fight feel inevitable. And Stevenson's response to that was allegedly ice cold, reportedly saying the fight is real, the desire is genuine, and that 12 rounds of disciplined tactical boxing would expose the limits of explosive power in a way that one highlight reel knockout simply cannot undo. And behind all of this, allegedly, is the shadow figure of Turki Alalshik.
You know, the general public, when someone gets to like an elite level, they need some high profile fight in order for people to realize, because all the boxing fans realize, like Shakur's a great example. It's not really a household name, but he should be. I mean, he's an elite fighter. He's so good. But he needs like a big, high-profile fight, like Gervonta did, you know, against
Nobody
Ryan
want to fight
Garcia.
him.
Right.
Nobody want to fight him.
Yeah.
And I see why. You know, I get it. But at the same time, you know, they're going to have to see him sooner or later. No matter what, no matter how far they go, they're going to have to see him sooner or later. So, you know, all these fighters, you know, he's calling out everybody. He's calling out the Pitbull. He's calling out Lomachenko.
Yeah.
He's calling out Devin. He's calling out, you know, Tank. He's calling out everybody.
Yeah.
And he want to fight everybody right now.
Right.
You know, and that's a dangerous man when you know how talented.
The Saudi promoter whose name keeps appearing every time a supposedly impossible boxing mega fight suddenly starts feeling possible. And online speculation is now suggesting that Alalshik may already be working to make Davis versus Stevenson happen, which would mean that everything, the training footage, the Rogan podcast moment, the De La Hoya comments, the Terrence Crawford warning, the Porter comparisons.
It was a long time ago. It kept, you know, they were supposed to fight. They thought they were on a, you know, and the money was never right or something. But now with like Turki Alalshik in the mix.
The Stevenson call-out was all allegedly circling the same gravitational center this entire time without anyone publicly connecting the dots until right now. And the final twist, the one that allegedly reframes this entire story from the beginning, is this. What if Tank Davis showing the world his 4:30 a.m. grind, his swimming sessions, his sparring footage, his new maturity and discipline? What if none of that was about proving something to Shakur Stevenson at all? What if? According to fans and insiders online, it was about proving something to himself. About a man from Baltimore who has allegedly been underestimated his entire career, deciding that this is the chapter where the story changes permanently. And if that is true, then the real question you need to sit with is not whether Tank Davis can beat Shakur Stevenson. The real question is whether boxing, the media, and the fans are ready for a version of Tank Davis that doesn't need the knockout to win. Because that fighter, allegedly, is the most dangerous version of him anyone has ever seen, so tell me in the comments. Do you think Gervonta Davis has genuinely evolved, or is this the greatest piece of psychological warfare the sport has witnessed since Mayweather made an entire generation believe boring was beautiful?